What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Here behind the bar today, and as you can see, we got the theme.
Good evening, friends. Good evening.
We're gonna do a benchmark flight blind and tell you which is our favorite and which is not.
Now, in all fairness, I have maybe tried this one. I've never tried those. So.
We've tried the foolproof, but hey, let's see where we're at. So
Whiskey's whiskey, right?
here we go.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So those of you who don't know, Benchmark is made by Buffalo Trace. Well, Sazerac at Buffalo Trace. It's their Mash Bill 1, which is the same as the E.H. Taylor, the Stag Junior, and the Eagle Rare. Of course, everything's a different warehouses and different times. So we'll go over that at the end as far as once we rank them. So what we're going to do is these are blind. We know that it's a Benchmark blind, but we don't know exactly which is which. So we're going to start here. We're going to taste them, cleanse our palate, tell you what we think, and rank them in order from favorite to least favorite. So, ready?
A little cleanse.
All right. So this is number 1. The classic Buffalo Trace caramel, vanilla.
I'd say so.
Yeah. A little bit lighter.
It's definitely a lighter whiskey.
Definitely lighter. Drops off really quick.
A little bit of a warm hug, a little bit.
Make sure you leave a little bit. The flavor's great. This is like, I bet that would make a killer old fashioned. It also is the same mash bill as Buffalo Trace, their main Buffalo Trace line. All right, it's light. It's pretty light, obviously a lower proof. Great flavor, really like the flavor. But yeah, so there's number 1. Just taking notes for us. I have the younger brain, so I have to remember things. Also because I forgot my notebook.
All right. Cleanse.
Oh, good call.
You drinking it or sucking on it?
I like sucking on the water. All right, last number 2. I get a butterscotch from this.
Yeah, a little bit fainter smell too.
Yeah.
A little bit less of a.
Not as much caramel, vanilla, but more of like a butterscotch.
Yeah, I'd say I tend to think so too.
Wow, that smells good. Gosh. That really smells delicious. Very, very toffee butterscotch. Toffee, maybe?
No discernible hug, no warmth.
Lighter flavor than this, but
nice. It's pleasant.
I can't explain it. Like this is a lighter flavor, but it's a stronger flavor than this, which is like a little bit darker. But
now, do these classify as bourbons?
They should all be bourbons.
Yeah. That is definitely a mild bourbon flavor. It is definitely mild.
Yeah, I thought this one was mild, and this is very mild, very mild. I would venture to say that's probably like 80 proof. That's very light. Maybe like there's a little bit of toffee, but very light flavor, very. Note taking, making sure that he gets everything down.
Yeah, just kind of an overview for me to remember what I was thinking at the time.
They all look, except for the last one, they all look, I got it. They all look pretty similar. I'd have to say almost like gasoline.
Yeah, they're all very light, except for this one's the darkest.
Yeah, I can pretty much tell you what that one is. Smells good.
Is that vanilla?
Yeah. strong vanilla. No, don't get as much caramel.
It's definitely
Caramel.
a light smell, which I'm guessing is going to be a light flavor.
Let's see. Yeah, I'd say the second. This is very close to the second glass. Very light, more like a vanilla. This one was more like a dull flavor, not much there. This is very much like vanilla, very vanilla. Yeah, no. On these two, I get no oak. This one, much deeper flavor. These two, very little oak, very light. Yeah. Although it does have a little bit of a longer finish.
This one has a longer finish by far
Yeah.
than these. It
Yeah.
is way smoother.
It's like a lighter flavor, but a way longer.
It has a better last, yeah, and
Way longer.
it's a very light flavor. It's very delicate. Like, I don't know if you'd want to mix this with anything, because if
Yeah.
you do, I think you'd wash out the flavor altogether, and it would just be like, it would probably taste more like what you're adding
Yeah.
than the whiskey itself. I think this is definitely a straight pour. On those nights when you're just not quite feeling like the burn or the strong flavor or anything like that,
Like-
this would be something I would go
Like
towards.
this would be more like if you're having steak for dinner to drink afterwards. This would be more like light fish or chicken, something.
This
where,
also would be good for a night when you just want an easy sipper.
Yeah.
And you're not really in the mood to drink.
this would be a really good intro. I put this on pace with the Buffalo Trace.
If you were to smoke a cigar, you'd want to do this with a very light morning.
Yeah.
Almost a morning, almost
Like
the same
a-
cigar you would
a
do with like
Connecticut-
a latte or
like
something.
a Connecticut shade.
Or the one that I'm a huge fan of.
Connecticut. So his is the Padermo Champagne 10th year anniversary, which is a very light.
That's one of my favorites. It's
Very light
I mean, I
Connecticut.
like dark cigars too, but I do gravitate, especially in the morning hours and during the early part of the day, I gravitate towards a light cigar.
Now this is a deep smell. This is very deep. This is like almost like a
Now this makes,
burnt caramel.
like this makes you go, yeah, it's a bourbon. This has
Yeah.
a very traditional bourbon-esque kind of
Yeah.
vibe. With these, if you didn't know they were bourbon, somebody just served it to you, you might mistake some of those for just straight whiskey.
Yeah, or a light Scotch. Now this smells like a burnt caramel. This is very traditional Buffalo Trace smell, like the fruity elements, the caramel. Not too much vanilla, but
There's that hug back again.
yeah. There's no question which one this is. Freaking love this. Yeah. Oh man, do I like that one. That's man, that's good. Red fruit, sweet, very sweet. Red fruit for sure. A little bit of caramel. Not much vanilla on that, but that is delicious.
All right.
All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a palate cleanse, and then
I like that.
you want to go back through it backwards, real quick, or do you have your pick?
I have my picks.
All right.
I'm going to finish them, though.
Yeah.
I
we're
can't
gonna.
see not finishing
Well,
some whiskey.
hold on. Let's rank them, and then we'll finish
All
it
right.
once we find out what they are.
All right. Do you know how you rank them? Let's
Yes, I
hear
do.
your ranks first.
My rank is this one. The last one is first. There's no question.
All right.
Love that.
Your next one?
My next one is the first one. I think the flavor is, it has more flavor than the others, but it's not overpowering. I think this first one would make an exceptional old fashioned.
And I've already written down my rankings. I'm just going to
Yeah.
see where he's at compared to where I'm at. See what we agree upon and what we disagree.
So next is going to be number 3. And then the last will be number 4. Number 2. Not a
right.
fan of number 2.
Did you look at this sheet before you started ranking?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Then you can tell why we're really good friends.
Yeah.
Because we had some similarities. In fact, we ranked them exactly the same.
There you go.
Exactly the same. And here was my thoughts on ranking: is this is a bourbon that tastes like a bourbon?
Yes.
This is a bourbon that I would be okay with drinking because it's close enough to what the bourbon I really like, which is a little stronger. But I also rank this one high, even though it's smoother and milder than this one, simply because it has a better after linger
Yes,
taste.
it lingers.
And it's super smooth, and this would make a great early morning, early afternoon with a cigar if you wanted to have a whiskey on like a day off or a vacation or something and you wanted a day drink. This would be what I would reach for because that would be great with a really smooth cigar.
So so for the cigar people, this number 4 would be great with a Maduro.
Yeah.
Really great with a Maduro. This number 1 would be great with a Habano. Perfect for a Habano. This one here, number 3, would be exceptional with the Connecticut Shade. A light morning coffee, kind of like what you would smoke with a latte.
And to be honest, if I had any one of these 3, I would not drink this one.
Yeah, this one.
It has no linger, or very little linger. It has a little bit. It has actually a little more linger than this one, but this one has more flavor.
Way more.
So I
depth
rounded
of
it more. And it has that nice hug that you like, that that little bit of burn in your chest, a little bit of sting in your mouth, that I tend to happen to like when I drink bourbon. This one had a little bit more linger. It was super smooth. It was almost as smooth as this one, but not quite as smooth. It was a very mild flavor,
There's
though.
nothing to
This
it.
was a very light flavor. This was more of a mild flavor, but this one just had a better vibe. It just made you feel like, yeah, I could drink that. But it would definitely be on a light day when you weren't feeling anything overwhelming or strong or pungent. More of a
these two here
simple sip.
are very similar in their palate. This one just lingers way longer.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these like this. Let me slide those down. Sorry about the noise. And I'm going to gap these a little bit. And all right, producer, let's go with what the number 1 was. What is it?
Top floor. So for both of us, the top floor was our number 2.
All right, there it is.
Top floor, I would definitely say,
That would be our
personally,
number 2.
I gotta be honest with you. I think the top floor would make the best mixed drink. Like for an old fashioned or for a whiskey sour, I think it would be great for a mixed drink.
All right, let's. While he's talking about that,
Yeah, I think the best mixed drink. And I mean, I'm talking about like,
I think this you can drink by itself, but I think it would go good in an old fashioned.
Yeah.
I think it also good if you wanted to have. I don't know what the price point is on these.
I was just about to say.
But I was going to say this would go good with a Coke,
Yeah.
or any kind of soda, or anything like that.
Any mixed drink. This is perfect for a mixed drink. And all of the price points on all of these are under $30.
Oh wow, these are totally viable.
Yes.
Totally mixable, because anything under $50 is definitely something you can mix.
Now to tell you, this was our number 2. Top floor was number 2.
Yeah, that was our number 2. Number 2 bottle for babe.
Single barrel.
Single
Single barrel?
I would have thought that ranked higher. That was our least favorite whiskey. Out of
Single
the
barrel.
It really surprises me.
That is shocking. I thought it was going to be small batch. So let's see.
I thought this was going to beat out. This was going to be out top floor.
So top floor is 86 proof, and it doesn't say
96. It makes sense why it has a little bit. Actually,
No,
it doesn't
no,
make
it
sense.
doesn't make sense at all.
This is mild as shit. It's 96 proof, and it's. Huh.
I don't know.
What's the percent by volume?
This one's 43.
This one's 47. You would have thought this one would be stronger.
I don't know the age
That
on
is weird.
these, but yeah, the top floor.
Definitely a second place.
Yeah.
And this is our 4th
It's a
place.
single barrel.
All right, babe. Third.
Wow.
Third drink.
Small batch.
Small. Really?
Yeah. Well, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does, because I kind of figured that this one was what it is. All right, so that's a 90 proof, 45% by volume. And it was our number 3. This is
Yeah.
a morning light cigar,
Yeah.
early day drink. I wouldn't mix it with anything because it'll wash it out.
Don't mix this with anything because there's really no. So when it comes to the single barrel and the small batch, the only difference is the small batch has a longer finish.
If you
very
are
similar.
Sorry. If you are wanting to get into whiskey and start out with something very palatable and very mild and very drinkable, this would be your go-to because there's not much to hate about this as far as it is not strong, it doesn't have a burn.
It's 90 proof. It's yeah, that's all I can say.
It's as close as you can come to drinking candy water.
Yeah, not much to it.
Which I don't even have to ask the producer what the final drink is.
And this game is no surprise.
Full on, 125 proof, 62.5% by volume, full proof. Definitely the house favorite.
And we've had this before. This is very good.
It is. You can tell we just bought these, but we have heard
this.
on it already.
Really good taste. Depth of flavor. Everything about this.
It has that nice hug.
There's nothing about this. Now, for the price point, let's be real here. This wouldn't be bad mixed with anything either.
You can mix this, but to be honest, it has enough flavor and enough
drink
of
alone.
everything you love about bourbon to not want to mix it because it almost has an $80, $90 vibe.
It
Even
really
though
does.
It's a $30, $40 bottle, whatever.
I feel this punch is way
feel
higher.
like you could introduce this and anybody who's buying high dollar bottles would not bitch.
Not at all. This is, I like this a lot. A lot of flavor. A lot of flavor and a lot of warmth.
And it lingers.
Yeah.
And to me, that's something. I like to be able to sit there after I take a sip while I'm smoking my cigar or chatting and still have that taste in my mouth. You know, otherwise you wind up drinking twice as much, twice as fast because you want to keep that flavor coming at you.
Perfect for a Maduro. Deep, dense flavor.
Yeah.
It's got the proof.
And for those of you who aren't cigar smokers, dark wrapper,
Yep.
light wrapper,
Light wrapper. And
light
then-
wrapper, mid wrapper. Either a mixed wrapper, like a light and dark mix. Did I just irritate you by talking while you wanted?
No. I was thinking. I was trying.
You made
to
a
figure
face
out.
at me, people. You
No.
saw it.
No, not at all. The small batch. He said light wrapper. To be completely honest with you guys, this is a never buy again.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy this again. Yeah,
There's nothing to it.
Well, here's my thing. It's not that I would never buy this again. It's just when you have these other 3,
Yes.
why would you buy this
There's
again?
no
They're all
reason.
in the same price point. Why would you buy this when you have... If you
Yeah.
wanted to buy this, it's better.
Yeah, easily.
If you wanted...
If you're
Either of these are way better as far as these are more traditional bourbons, especially this one, way more than that. And this one's going to rock your world a little better.
if you don't mind higher proof, this is the way to go. If you're a little intimidated by higher proof, top floor, spectacular.
Let's put it this way. New drinker,
Yep.
been drinking whiskey for a while, seasoned drinker.
Yes.
You're going to... Anybody who drinks a lot of Scotch or Irish whiskey or a lot of bourbon is going to probably prefer this one.
Yes.
It has more of that traditional, I'm drinking whiskey. These 2 especially,
Yeah,
barely drinking whiskey on these 2. But this is a pleasant flavor.
The single barrel, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that's a skip for me. I'm not gonna. No, there's no redeemable qualities for me personally for the single barrel, which shocks the hell out of me. The small batch, great. The linger really did it for me.
Take on a date,
Yeah,
sleep with on the first date.
marriage.
Marriage. This one. This
Without
is
a
a
doubt.
marriage. This one, first. This is a blind date that you never call back.
Yeah, you know, like
Right?
on How I Met Your Mother, he had
Yeah.
the lemon law. You show up within the first 5 minutes. If it doesn't work, you just like I'm
When
lemon
you've
law.
got
you
these
leaving.
4 ladies staring at you, this is the lemon law. This is the one. This is the ugly friend.
Yeah.
This is the one you'd be friends
this
with.
is a hand
so you
grenade.
can meet these 3.
This is a hand grenade that when your buddy wants
We
to sleep
sound
with
like
this one.
complete assholes. This is the one you friend. These are the ones you after.
Yeah.
And this is the one you just know deep down inside.
That's the one you're gonna
she's
marry.
probably too good for you.
That's the one you're going to try to marry. This is.
So you better be funny and confident if you want to
yeah.
get to know that lady.
Definitely. So Benchmark, again, Buffalo Trace, made by Sazerac at Buffalo Trace. Incredible price point. You should be able to. We got all these from, I believe it was ABC is where I got them.
So here's how I would say too. Just another comparison. Keep on the bar. We will
Yes.
always have this on the bar.
Without
probably.
a doubt.
This one we'll have on the bar often. These two may never buy.
Yeah,
them
I can
again.
pass. I can pass.
This one I like for a light morning whiskey, but I don't do a lot of morning whiskey because of my job and career. When I retire, I might keep this around just for that day. You wake up, you're
This-
like, I want to drink
now-
at 11 o'clock in the morning. This will be what.
Now,
Or
speaking
coffee.
of that,
If you
I
wanted
was
to have
just
a little
about
bit
to
of
say
a
that.
nip with coffee.
We'll try it with coffee and let you guys know what we
Yeah,
think.
I think that would go good because you get that little bit of a whiskey
Call it
vibe
a
early
Kentucky,
in the day.
a Kentucky coffee versus an Irish coffee.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be a mild coffee. Like you'd be able to get a little bit of a swerve on without really feeling like you're drinking.
Yeah.
I would compare this to the equivalent of say like a
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace. Oh, look at me, can't even stand up because of my feet.
He's had like half a drink.
No, it's my feet. I'd almost put it with like Firefly, like a sweet tea vodka. You know, you're drinking, but you don't really necessarily know.
Yeah,
you're
if you
drinking.
put it in coffee, I think
You wouldn't even know you're drinking. It would do its effects because it still
Yeah.
has alcohol, but you wouldn't know it's in there.
There would
hardly.
definitely be a little bit of flavor, but just enough for you to know. Plus, it's what, 86 proof?
I think this would
90 proof.
I think this would have less flavor in your coffee than the Buffalo Trace cream. That
Oh
we had.
yeah, the
I
bourbon
think
cream.
yeah, the bourbon cream has more of a
of a
defining
whiskey
flavor than this.
Yeah. Which, by the way, personally, I have gone completely away from Bailey's Irish Cream. I love the Buffalo Cream.
But I'm
I
saying
love
for
it.
$30-some a bottle, $30-ish a bottle, if you were just starting out in whiskey, I would say buy this one first, drink a bottle.
Yes.
If you like it but desire more,
Top
move up
floor.
to this. If you like that, but you're like, I really want to try something that's kind of getting towards more of what you would expect with your average bourbon,
Yes.
I would go to this. Now, that being said, this is a nice bourbon. but
125 proof. Keep that in mind for new drinkers.
There are a lot of bourbons I would have over this.
There's
but
a-
it is a solid drink.
There's a lot that I would have, but this personally, I'm going to keep on the bar
Yeah.
at all times.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. These two hit it well, especially the single barrel. I personally will never buy that.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, that's how we do it. We kind of run our bar where we'll buy stuff we've heard about, or we'll buy a set like this of all 4 of their flavors. But we always have a drink when we know we're like, that's the one that we will forever have on the bar.
Yeah.
It'll always be available because we really like it. And that's what we do with Woodford Reserve, Jameson Black, Monkey Shoulder,
The-
Dalmore,
And then you got like the Blade and Bow.
Blanton's, but Blade and Bow.
All the old
Jack
Forester.
Daniels will always have a place, and probably most of their flavors because I grew up on Jack Daniels. So I think we have Gentleman Jack. We have that one in there,
mean,
the
we have
single
a
barrel or
lot.
whatever that is.
Yeah, the
I
single
also
barrel
have
select.
the maple whatever that is up on the top shelf. I can't read that
The
far.
Maplewood finish.
That we have an
27.
old number 7 over there. Jack will always have a place in the house.
So, if you buy them all, which, hey, why not? I would definitely say the single barrel, like I said, I'm not going to ever buy it again. But if somebody comes over and wants a whiskey and Coke and they want to try something other than Jack Daniels, that's what I would give them, the single barrel. I really want to try the small batch in coffee. I really would like to try that. In old fashioned, I think the top floor. I want to try the top floor
Yeah.
in every mixed drink.
I think that's what I would say. This is a morning drink with coffee or just with a nice cigar straight.
Yep.
This is a good mixer.
Very
and
good mixer.
This is a straight drink.
Yeah.
But more of an evening, more of a I'm ready to have some drinks.
And the single barrel is the people who come over and they just they don't like whiskey, but they want a whiskey and Coke.
And this one, this single barrel is what I would pretty much say is your bar rail whiskey.
Yeah, I would
You just leave it in the bar rail when somebody wants a mixed drink.
I would
you
put
pull
that
it.
like on par with like old number 7, something like just like
No,
a Coke.
I don't think it even stands
No,
in
no,
the
no.
same
I'm saying
category as Old
like
Number 7.
like if someone's like, let me
Yeah.
get a whiskey and Coke, I'm gonna pour this before.
Right.
the Old
I would
Number
pour
7.
this along with Canadian Mist.
Yeah.
Or Crown Royal.
Yeah.
Or I can't
Because
remember
like
off the top
we
of my head,
have
but we
Crown
have some.
Royal. But I
Evans
won't
Williams.
drink Evan
maybe.
Williams. Evan Williams. We're gonna taste that.
Probably Jim Beam, but not
doesn't-
the Black Barrel.
he
Black
doesn't
Barrel
like
is
Beam.
a step up, but regular Jim Beam, I'm not a fan of. I actually, well, no, I
You're
wouldn't.
not a big fan of Beam.
Jameson regular is better than this. The original
Yeah,
Jameson.
it's not good. All right.
It's not bad. It's just not good.
No, it's not good.
When you have the other three that fit into a definite
Yeah.
placement in your daily of drinking, this one's just kind of that
Nah,
stepsister.
I gotta be honest. That's weak. That's weak.
It's weak without a good follow through.
There's
This has a
nothing-
nice smooth follow through.
There's nothing to it that's redeemable for me,
Yeah.
except that you want to say, "Oh, it's Buffalo Trace." It's like I don't care. It's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, this is probably the least favorite Buffalo Trace product I've ever had.
Yeah, by far. But
'Cause I
are
love
gonna-
pretty much everything else
We are
I've
going to
had
end
from
up
them.
trying. The crazy thing is, it's the same mash bill as the H. Taylor Eagle Rare Stag Junior. It's just where it is in the warehouse and how it's aged.
Yeah.
These are all the same.
But there's a difference why those are $80 to $100 and some bottles.
Yeah. And
And that is a $30 bottle,
Yeah.
which is surprising.
it's gotta be
This would
aged.
be in the same price range as these because I wouldn't put it. These two here, I would not put in the same price range.
They're
I
not-
think there was
yeah.
a minimum of $15 difference,
I would.
at least a minimum.
I
I
would put-
get why these two are so close together because if it wasn't for the flavor and the linger on this one, it would be saddled right up beside this
the
one.
single barrel. I would put right there with the Ancient Age.
Good mixer, but the
Ancient
price
Age-
point on this is insane.
$15 for,
Yeah,
a
for-
liter and
for
a
a
half.
liter, yeah.
Or a liter and 3/4, whatever it is. The Ancient Age I use to mix with my Coke. This is my whiskey and Coke drink.
But for sure, put in the comments down in the comment section and let us know what you think. Let us know if
Yeah.
you think we're off the point on this.
Yeah. And let us know
we-
what you would mix it with.
We've also had some other whiskeys today, and they were
I am
definitely
feeling
kickers.
good.
I'm kind of wishing I had more whiskey in my day, but
Yeah.
we'll see how the day goes.
Let's see if we can film another one of these bitches. So we're gonna close out on this. So again, we got the
The number one pick.
foolproof, top floor, small batch, and then single barrel is dead last, which I'll never buy again.
Which surprised me because single barrels
Shocking.
are usually really good.
Yeah. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think,
Smash the bell.
and we will talk to you guys later.
Love you guys. See you
Peace
next
out.
time.